How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
16 going on 17.
It's Nach TV, not giving you all the exclusive, all the things that you wouldn't see on the regular YouTube channels, all the things that you wouldn't see on the Facebook, the behind the scenes shit. So you gotta go to Nach TV to see what we really be doing and how we really get down. Nach TV. Boom! Boom!
We about war, we about war. Don't make my hitters come to your front door. We about war, we about war. Don't make my hitters come to your front door.
Live a life in the war zone, you see it then. War report.
Alright, man, we here with the man himself. Tell the people who you are, man. Introduce yourself.
My name is
Another
Jeremiah
brother
L.
lost, another mother gon' breathe again.
Also
It's
known
no
by
limit,
Jay.
they bout it like P&M. Master with the craft, the master is the teaching them.
So what you do, man? What's your profession, man? Tell the people who you are.
Buddy on the corner got his spelling hit by Gallagher. It's too
You a
real
boxer?
when it's hot as no chill.
How long you been doing it?
It's so
been
ill,
doing
you
it for
stole to
about
get no frills. So when we in it, you just let the threats in the building. Man, we raw about more than
6, 7
ready
months?
and willing. Nah,
a lot of progress.
Tell the people who you are.
Coach.
Yeah, it's a story to tell. We just on a better route, bro.
I'm Coach
Yeah, we
Junior.
preach, but let me tell you what we about, though.
Y'all may know my dad, he called him
about
Coach.
war.
Jimmy Shepherd. Jimmy Shepherd.
Yeah,
And now I'm Jimmy Shepherd Jr. Shout out to my dad. Yeah, but this guy keeps coming a long way, and we can't say how long because it's only 6 months. But the progress is good. You know what I mean? Now, we can't really tell what's going to happen until he feel that heat. You know, that's the words of my dad. You know what I'm saying? But he's showing a lot of progress.
Right. So what made you want to get into boxing, man?
I was inspired by watching all the other boxers, seeing how they could do something so good. I just inspire myself. I motivate myself to get in the gym and just work. Work hard.
So, go ahead,
What did I tell? Tell me some of the things that's really an influence in you.
Influencing me.
Who you like want to see, who you want to see. You want to show people your skills and make them proud of you.
Mainly from people that I'm close to. My baby sister, because she got a hard life, so I want to be successful, make her life easier, make my life easier, my family, stuff like that.
So anything changed since you started boxing, man? As far as your lifestyle, how you living, man? Like, what's the ups of boxing? What's the ups of becoming a boxer?
It keep you away from the streets and what the street hold.
Right.
Because boxing is like a 24/7 profession. You always gotta be on your A game. So you always gonna be focused on doing that instead of other stuff.
Right. Right. So you see any progress in your personal life as well? Because how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
16 going on 17.
You're 16 going on 17. So what about your personal life? Any change in your personal life? Because I know you're still in school. You're still in school, right?
Yeah.
All right. So any change in school or anything like that? Because there's gonna be a lot of young cats out there. A lot of people don't look at boxing as a sport or art anymore. You know what I'm saying? Most people pass on by boxing, but you chose to take it up. You know what I mean? So we're trying to see what separates the way you think versus the way other people think. You feel what I'm saying?
People might look at it as, I could do that. They just fighting, they just throwing hands, this, that, and the third.
Right.
It's a lot more to it than that. You gotta focus on a lot more stuff than that to really be successful in the art of boxing.
Right.
You gotta work on a lot of different things.
Like what?
As in breathing, running, your physical, as in like conditioning and strength. Y'all work on the perfect form, as in twisting your wrists and stuff like that. Perfect foot movement, you gotta be in good shape. There's a lot, etc. A lot more stuff.
So I think my son's trying to ask you that the way you used to think before you started boxing and the way you think now, what changed your life in the way you feel about yourself, the way you think about things, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you think that like things that you maybe thought bothered you now before that may not bother you now? Or do you feel like more like you're going to be successful? Do you feel more better or at ease with yourself?
Actually, yeah, I always been like, I know I gotta push. I know I gotta push to be where I want to be type person. But before boxing, I didn't know if I had a chance. to actually make it. Now that I know that I got a real good coach that pushed me past my limits.
Right.
So I know that I'm on the right path to being successful. So,
all right. So you being the coach, what do you see in the young guy that made you want to work with him?
Because he works hard. And I don't like working with nobody who don't work hard. If anybody punks out, get a little scared, the harder I push, you gotta push hard. You know what I mean? And the thing is that, you know what I mean, like my dad said, you can't play boxing.
Right.
You know, this is not a game.
Right.
You know, this is a sport, this is real.
Right.
So I'm teaching him that when you go out there, you going in there and hurt somebody.
Right.
It's not a game, we're not gonna play. You know what I mean? You're going to hurt somebody, and that's it, period. And that's what I like about him, because he pushes hard, he runs hard, and he trains hard. And about several months from now, because my thing is, I'm not going to have him fighting or sparring until he's physically able to defend himself. And that's when he's going to get in there. So hopefully, what I'm praying on, and I don't know if it's a prayer, because the way he trained is going to push us all positive. When he steps out there, he's coming down there for real. So I'm saying, like, hey, you better watch out. You know what I mean? It's going to take some time. I'm not going to say he's going to be the world champion or he's going to be a national golden glove right out the box, but I'm looking like it's going to be something.
Now, okay, so you yourself being a boxer since you was young, the state of boxing changed drastically from the time that you was coming up in the boxing. When was you heavy in the boxing, if you don't mind me asking?
I was heavy in the boxing in the 90s.
Okay. So
since
the 90s, everything changed. I mean, you got Mayweather. It's more about money. It's more about earning than actually showing your talent.
Right.
So how do you see this dynamic duo plus a couple more coming up in the way boxing is today?
Well, I'll put it like this. I learned from my father. And when I learned from him, there was no holds barred. Then I learned from Mitch and my buddy Aaron.
Big shout out. Okay, Aaron and Mitch.
Right. So when I was boxing, we got it in for real.
Right.
And then I stepped out of boxing.
Right.
I'm kind of like a person, think about it like a person that goes to prison and comes out. He's still the same person he was 30 years ago when he first went in. That's how I am. I think I'm that fighter that stepped out of boxing, but my attitude is still the same. And I think that these guys here, it's going to all be about boxing. So it's not about being pretty. You know what I'm saying? It's not about being sweet. It's not about all that stuff. It's about getting in there and getting the job done. And that's how I'm training these guys. They train hard. He's only 16, right? And this guy trains real hard. He's already training to be a champion. He's not holding back at all. You know, same thing with my buddy over there, Jules. You know what I mean? Just starting out. And he has a lot to work on just as well. It's the same as he had a lot to work on.
Right.
But Jules just came with us. And now we gonna be a team. We're gonna make a nice little amateur team. So we hoping people will come out there and start supporting these two guys. Because when they step out, it's going to be a war.
All right. So this is you before the ring. This is Jay before the ring. You know what I'm saying? The atmosphere of Philly boxing has always been looked upon all over the world, right or wrong.
That's right.
That's right. You the new chapter of Philly boxing, right?
Yeah.
Now, what you look forward to doing? What you look forward to accomplishing in your career of boxing from now on, before the ring? You know what I'm saying? This 0-0. What's your thought process of what you look to become as a fighter?
I look to put Philly on the map, put Philly back on the map.
Yeah.
Let them know that Philly still got them champions, them big winners out there. You know.
He's gonna be the Philly from back in the day. You know what I mean? When we all went to the state building to get out to sign up or get out fights, and everybody was just standing there, and they were like, I don't care, I'll fight.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
I'll fight, you know what I
Right.
mean? That's when we always liked that. We was all getting it in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And not to say that money don't plays a part, because I understand the business part too. But the thing is that if you're willing to fight and you're willing to take those chances, but the difference is that you're always ready. You know what I mean? One thing about Philly fighters, you leave it in the gym, but the thing is that you always train, because you never know when that's going to come. And I know I'm talking way ahead of the game, but this is going to only always apply to amateur boxing as well too. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? We got to put our skill out there. And I'm looking forward to working and us guy getting this stuff together.
All right, so anything you want to say to the people out there, man? There's a lot of fighters coming up, a lot of young kids like yourself, man, caught up in anything, caught up in the streets, or like yourselves too, you know what I'm saying? Got the brother in the back. It's a lot of things that young brothers is caught up in, you know what I'm saying? And you decide to take this path. Anything you want to say to the people out there, man?
All I gotta say is, we coming for everybody. Feel me?
All right, I hear that. You know what I mean? Part 2 coming soon. We're going to catch him after the first couple tournaments. We're going to catch him after the first couple fights. You know what I mean? See where his head at. You know what I mean? But that's that, man. We got Jay, we got Coach Jr. and my man over there. Introduce yourself.
George Chambers.
Who?
George Chambers.
George Chambers. Yeah. You know what I mean? Nach TV, man. We out this joint.
Peace. You know you get ready to throw it. Settle down. All right, don't rush it. Here it comes. Ready? All right, so you get that 6-1. Drop. Okay? Go. Safe aside of you.
Woo! Shout out to Nach TV, man. We right here in Vegas, man. We holding this shit down with the boy. You understand? If you ain't fucking with Nach TV, man, you ain't fucking with shit, bro. Real shit, man. This how we getting down, man. Straight from Chicago to Vegas. Let's go.
You know I'm squeezing on triggers, my bullets hitting you won't heal it with stitches. You don't want that, you don't wanna get your skull cracked. Better tighten up when a nigga tell you fall back. Titties on the drum, you a sucker, give you all that. When you stand tall at, that's where you gon' fall at.